Good morning, everyone. Happy birthday to me. Today is my 49th birthday, or as my grandma would say, I am beginning my 50th year. So today is my birthday, and I am spending my birthday by myself. Also, it is going to be Thanksgiving later this week, and I will probably, not for sure, but probably be spending Thanksgiving by myself. And for some people, they would be very sad about that. I am not, as you can tell. I am not sad. I am making sure to enjoy my day. So this is what this video is about, is how to be alone on your birthday, how to be alone on a holiday. I've had many times in my life where I was alone on my birthday because my birthday is right by Thanksgiving. So a lot of times, everybody has gone out of town. It is this like kind of crazy time. The first time was when I was in law school, and I went to law school in California. My parents are in Missouri, so I wasn't going to go home for Thanksgiving because I was going to be going back for Christmas break, so it didn't really make any sense, But then everyone had left because a lot of the other people were locals, but who lived in a different part of California. And it was the Sunday before Thanksgiving, and I was by myself, and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to sit around and be sad by myself. I'm going to make this be the perfect day. And that is the strategy for being by yourself on a holiday, on your birthday. It is to create a special day for yourself. I think there's a lot of people who, if they're alone on their birthday, if they're alone on a holiday, they'll be like, I'm just going to ignore the day and have it be a regular day. Now, if that works for you, then please go ahead and do that, obviously. But I think it doesn't actually work for a lot of people, because what happens is that they actually know that it is not a regular day. It is their birthday. It is a holiday. Also, if it's a holiday, you might not be able to really ignore it. Like Thanksgiving, almost everything is closed, which is good. I'm glad for the workers to have the day off, but it makes it logistically complicated to try to have it be an ordinary day, especially if you live in a car or something like that. So, and you're probably not working unless, you volunteer to be the person working or the person on call, which can be a strategy that makes a lot of sense. But generally speaking, I think the best strategy is to make a special day for yourself. So what I am doing today on my 49th birthday is I'm going out to eat for every meal and ordering whatever I want and spending however much money I want. So for breakfast, I went to a diner. I got this ridiculous meal with biscuits and gravy, like this big pile of food. I couldn't even finish it. And so much, so much in it. It was so much more heavy than I normally eat. And I usually eat a hot breakfast. But wow, it was so good with potatoes. Way more carbs than I should have any business of eating. But you know what? That's okay for one morning. It will not kill me to have what I love for one morning. I love biscuits and gravy. I didn't have it as a child. I grew up in Missouri, and Missouri is one of those weird states that's not quite north and not quite south. It's Midwestern. So there were people, and there are people who make biscuits and gravy homemade, but not everybody does. And my mom did not. Well, I never had even white gravy ever growing up. I went over to my friend's house when I was a kid, and her grandma made biscuits and gravy, and I'm like, what is this gravy for breakfast thing? It was just bizarre to me. And then when I was in college, I went to college in southern Missouri. They had at the breakfast buffet in the cafeteria biscuits and gravy. And I think I ate biscuits and gravy for breakfast literally every day, because I was just like, bread and gravy for breakfast every day is amazing. And we wonder why I ended up with diabetes. But the honest is that I actually got diabetes because I'm genetically predisposed to get it. My grandma had diabetes. My dad has diabetes. My aunt has diabetes. I got the genes. I got the genes for that. Anyway, I'm planning to go out for lunch. I'm planning to go to my sushi place for lunch. I haven't decided on dinner. I have a couple of different ideas for dinner. It depends on if I'm still hungry, because I'm eating so much food today. I'm planning to get dessert sometime during the day, and I have a couple options for that. I'm not 100% decided. Okay, people, if you're going to run, go do the running. Don't just chat with your friend. And then I'm going to go to the park, and I'm going to read fiction books. I'm also going to open up my presents. I have a present for my mom and dad. I have a present I bought myself. I always buy myself a birthday present. I always buy myself a Christmas present. I strongly believe in buying yourself presents for whatever the present day thing is, if you're someone who, obviously, there's some people who religiously don't do, observe their birthday, but we're putting that aside. So I strongly believe in buying a present, because you're going to buy yourself what you actually want. And for sure, and that means there'll be one present for sure you will get, and one present for sure that will be the thing that you want, because you know what you want. I've started doing that a long time ago, and for Christmas, I actually I wrap the present and put a label on it, to Elizabeth, from Elizabeth. Very serious. Because then I always have something to open that I am happy with and I love. Strongly believe in that. So that is what I'm talking about, making the day special, creating a plan. Now, in past years, the first time I did this, I think I went out to eat, and I think I went to a movie, and I have no problem going to a movie by myself. I know some people don't like to do that. And I think I went for a big hike, and I climbed to the top of a peak, and I wrote in the peak register. I used to climb to the tops of peaks a lot. I love doing that and writing in the register, and I probably wrote that it was my birthday. I have problems with elevation right now and altitude issues, and this is something I'm working on, one of my motivators for exercising, and right now I'm working on cardio. I did work out this morning, and that's, I think, very good to keep up some routines like that, even on your birthday, even on a holiday. It's really good for your mental health. I will most likely talk to people on the phone today, so it's not like I'm going to be disconnected all day. I have had times where for Thanksgiving I've gone camping, where I've gone on road trips. Back before I lived in a car, I just went on a road trip today. So what I do for that day really does depend on what I'm up for, how I feel, and what else is going on in my life. But today is my birthday, and I'm taking the day off of work. I guess I'm recording video, but this doesn't feel like work even remotely. This is just something I'm integrating into my day, so it doesn't feel worky at all. But yeah, have a plan, and then you have a plan for the whole day. All kinds of things you're going to do. I've had plans for Thanksgiving where I was by myself, so I didn't make the turkey, because I don't actually really care about turkey that much. I just made all the side dishes. So I made, mashed potatoes and stuffing and green bean casserole, and baked myself a chocolate pudding pie. Okay, the one thing I am going to miss from Thanksgiving, the fact that I'm not cooking, is I make a chocolate pudding pie with coconut cream instead of milk or coconut milk. Coconut cream is this coconut cream they have at Trader Joe's. That's what I use. My son actually asked me for the recipe. The problem is I don't actually have a recipe. I mean, I'll have to develop a recipe. I'll have to make it and then track everything I do. I tend to not cook with recipes, so it's like, oh my God, I don't know what I do. I do make a graham cracker crust. It's super easy. And I make the pudding from scratch, when you cook it, right? I always use, when I make anything with chocolate with cocoa powder, I always put in twice as much cocoa powder as any recipe would say you should. That's just a general tip for life. Double the chocolate. Double the cocoa powder, double the chocolate in all recipes. Double the chocolate chips. That's something I learned from my mom. My mom, when my mom makes cookies, chocolate chip cookies, she would always double the chocolate chips, or half the rest of the recipe, and use the entire bag, because that's what you want. You want double. Now with cocoa powder, you do have to account for the extra literal powderness of it. But with a pudding, that's actually pretty easy. You just add some more liquid. That's no problem at all. That makes such an incredibly rich, incredibly solid chocolate pudding pie. It is the best. And it has so much fat in it that it doesn't spike my blood sugar. That's why I found really the secret for me to being able to eat things that are sweet and carby or whatever is to make sure I have enough fat. So it'll spread out how my body is metabolizing the sugars, and then it doesn't have a spike. Actually, it's not spreading out my metabolism, it's spreading out my digestion. So it evens out how it is absorbed into my system. That's what it does. So right now I am going to the park, and I'm going to relax, read a book. I'm going to open up my presents. Just have a good time. And then I have other things that I'm doing during the day. Thursday, which is Thanksgiving, I'm still a little bit tentative. There's a possibility I might see my son on Thanksgiving proper, but we might actually celebrate it the day before or something. My son has been sick, so I don't know. We haven't really been able to make a plan. And on Thanksgiving, they're actually going to a friend's house, which I'm 100% in support of. I think that's absolutely awesome. Their friend is it's going to be a big family thing, and they like big family things with kids and everything. And I'm fine with them doing that. I'm not up for a big family thing. Now, if I was in Missouri, I would totally go over to my mom and dad's house. I'm sure my mom's cooking a big thing for Thanksgiving. And, you know, my mom's great and making very homey cooking, you know, and I would absolutely love that. But traveling around Thanksgiving sucks. And now that I live in a car, I don't have to travel when everyone else is traveling. I can travel in the odd times and avoid the big crowds and traffic and all that stuff. Anyway, so what I'm planning to do on Thanksgiving, I'm thinking I'm going to go to a movie. Movie theaters are open. That's a tip for Thanksgiving and Christmas. Movie theaters are one of the things that's open. Not that many things are. Sometimes on those holidays, fast food places are not open, or very few of them are, but sit-down restaurants are. So I'm hoping to go to a diner and like for lunch maybe, and have like usually they will have some kind of Thanksgiving meal and then have that, and that will be the Thanksgiving thing. I'm really wanting to have stuffing and like gravy, mashed potatoes and gravy. I don't care about turkey. Like, I mean, I'll eat the turkey, but I'm mostly eating the turkey as a substrate for gravy, not for the turkey itself, because I'm just like, whatever. I like turkey on a sandwich, but just eating pieces of turkey is just, I'm just like, I'd rather have it as a sandwich like the next day. Like the leftovers from Thanksgiving in some ways are the best part, you know what I'm saying? That person like had their brights on me because they thought I was going too slow, and I'm just like, this road is 35 miles an hour and there's someone in front of me. What is wrong with you, dude? Like, I've also had times for holidays where I've watched, like, binged something. So, you know, watched back in the days before streaming, where I would have like a box set of some show and watch the DVDs, or some movie and watch the DVDs, like some, you know, 12 hours of something, and have it on the whole day, you know. So what you do really depends on obviously what you like, but I think it's very important to create something that keeps you busy in some way, shape, or form all day, so you don't have like a time where you're like, oh, I'm going to just sit around and be depressed about stuff. You want to be occupied doing stuff that you enjoy, and that really is a secret, is to have a plan. I think where people fall into a depression is that they don't have a plan, and then they're just sitting around watching TV feeling sad. Oh, here's another big secret. Do not go on social media on a holiday if you are alone. For your birthday, it's a little different, because your birthday, everyone else isn't going to be celebrating their birthdays on your birthday. So it's not like you're going to open it up and be like, everybody's having their birthday. Good for you. So that probably is not that big of a deal. So, and also maybe people are going to be wishing you happy birthday on there, but if you know that people aren't going to be, then that might make you depressed. So you really have to be strategic about how you engage with stuff online. On holidays, I recommend do not go on social media. You go on Instagram or Facebook, whatever. I'm not talking about YouTube because that's different, but like places where people are going to post all their like pictures and stuff of like their big family, blah, blah, blah. Then you're not that family, blah, 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 and you're going to be upset. You know, so think about what is going to serve you as far as what things you should be doing, how to spend your time during that day. I'm not looking at the news because, you know, what wars are going on overseas and what's happening in those wars, I actually don't need to know about that today. That is not something that I'm going to do anything about today. I can have the day off from knowing about all that stuff. Okay, we're going to open up my birthday presents. I have the first birthday present is the cooler that came from my significant other, and I got it already week or two ago, I can't remember, before my camping trip. So already have that. That is my purple cooler. It is super nice and I like it so much. Now I have a present for my parents, and then I'll show you. I'm actually gonna open up. This is what I bought for myself. So this Shark WANDVAC is, I had a YouTuber recommend this, and she had it not just for her van, but when she lived in a car. And I was like, you know what? That makes a lot of sense. And my car is constantly being ridiculous, like messy. And I tried cheap ones, and they did not work. And this was 30% off, probably like a early Black Friday sale, because right now it is right before Thanksgiving. So let's go ahead and open this up, because I'm assuming it needs to charge. One of my projects for later this week is going to be to clean my vehicle. This is not sponsored by them. This is something I bought for myself with my own money. Here's a thing to attach it, I guess. Obviously, I'm not going to be attaching it anywhere. I mean, one of the things that sucks about stuff like this is this is not 12 volt. You have to plug this in. So I will have to use an inverter for this. And it has, you know, a base to have constant charging when we're not cleaning. Okay, I'm not going to have constant charging. This will just, you have to get charged up before I clean, which is fine. We got a couple little devices. So you have a little brushy thing. Ah, you won't lose the brush as it folds up. Okay, that is cute and clever. I love it. And then you have a little broomy thing. And then let's actually get out yeah, this is nice. Like, so, I mean, it's long, but it's very thin, right? It's like a stick. So it is, it's not going to take up a lot of space. I have no idea where I'm going to put it. But fundamentally, when I'm not going to attach it to anything. I'll keep this because I might attach it to somewhere in a different vehicle when I have a different vehicle. Because the thing is, this has to use the inverter to charge, and I don't turn the inverter on every day. So this will be the kind of thing where I just charge it up before I use it. So let's see how long, where did the little guide go? Let's see how long it's say to charge. There's the assembly, you put it together. Prior to first use, it comes with a partial charge. That usually things come with a partial charge. During first use, run the battery all the way down to properly condition it. Then charge fully. It takes approximately 4 hours to charge the battery completely. So I'll have to have the inverter on for that amount of time. And then using it is pretty obvious. So the reason I opened it up today, specifically, partly because it's my birthday present to myself, but also because I'm going to charge this so I can clean my car. I'm going to actually film a video about that because I'm going to be taking apart the build and doing all these different things. I don't know if the video is going to go up before or after this one. I don't know yet. But, so either you've already seen it or you will be seeing it. I'm just going to put in a bunch of different things, but this is one of the things that I'm using for that video, which is to clean the car, and that's actually also to keep the car cleaner because it is not. All right, so I have it set up and charging here, and it doesn't tell me, my battery isn't telling me how much power it's actually using to charge, but it does say it only has 15 hours left. I'm using the little battery, even though this is my CPAP one, mostly because I don't feel like getting out of the car because I have to get to the inverter on my other battery, which you can't even see because it's buried under stuff. I'd have to do a whole lot of things, and I couldn't have it be buried under stuff because you can't run the inverter with it buried. So right now, this is just doing it like this. We will see how much power it uses, and then I'll charge this back up. This is a present from my mom and dad, as I said. Oh, they actually wrapped it up. I didn't even need to keep it in the box. I kept it in the box because I didn't know if it was wrapped. They had it wrapped in Amazon stuff. Okay. All right. This is something from my list. It is a wool blanket. Very serendipitous because I actually need another blanket for my bed. My current setup, this is cotton. Well, I have a cotton blanket, and then on top of it, I have this Walmart polyester comforter. Works great for 40 degrees, but I need another layer for under 40 degrees. So that's what this wool blanket will be. I'll put the wool blanket in between the cotton. I don't want wool touching me when I sleep. In between the cotton and the bed. All right, so this is a wool blanket that is a twin size. I'm actually going to leave it inside this thing right now because it's so nice. But yeah, it doesn't feel super itchy or anything. It is like, it's like one of these, it's a 100% wool blanket. So this should be great. This should be really great for keeping me warm in the winter when I'm sleeping. What I'm planning to do is put it in between. So it'll have my cotton, and then I'll put this, and then I'll have my comforter on top. Mostly I have the comforter on top just because it is nice to have in the car when I'm sitting on it right now. So one of the other things that I'm going to be doing today, that I'm planning to do today, is to read fiction. So I started a new book series, a new author, new to me at least. I have Kindle Unlimited, so I can read a lot of books. Because when I read series of fantasy, and I read book. I mean, it would be way too expensive to do any other way. And yeah, you get stuff in the library, but then you have to wait. I want to get all the books right now. So it just doesn't work. It's always good when a book has a map at the beginning. First, I actually love maps. You know, I talk about that. But also it really helps me visualize what's going on. There's something called the death wall. So this is Jeff Wheeler, The Grave Kingdom, I think is the name of this series. And it's the first book. And there's a bunch of books in it. So that is a good sign. And the books are all part of Kindle Unlimited. That's what I look for, is series of books that are all part of Kindle Unlimited, not just the first book. So I can just read them all the way through. I think Kindle Unlimited is $11.99 a month, which is totally worth it if you read like more than 2 books, you know. And I'm always reading this trilogy or multiple trilogies. And lately I've been doing is reading like all the books by one author. It's all the books set in a world, or all the worlds that they've ever done world building for, that they've created. So I'm gonna go ahead and start this, see if I like it. That's another thing about Kindle Unlimited that's great, is I can start the first book by an author, and if I don't like the way the author writes, if I think it's boring or whatever, then I just return it and then get another book, another series. So it's very easy. So I actually just checked my blood sugar because I had that crazy breakfast with the biscuits and gravy and all of that and potatoes. My blood sugar is 125. That's really good. So that's just an example of how when I eat something that has tons of fat in it, because that had, you know, that gravy, I mean, goodness, right? I had so many carbs, a biscuit, like a huge biscuit split open, and plus all the potatoes, and my blood sugar's not high at all. Cause I'm like actually feeling slightly hungry, and I'm like, am I really hungry already? Yeah. So that it is really interesting figuring out how to kind of assemble food together in a meal that makes it so I don't have blood sugar problems, because it's not just about the amount of carbs. It's about how much protein is in that meal. It's about how much fat is in that meal, and that changes how my body digests it. So it is something, because like when I first was diagnosed with diabetes, I had this like sadness of, oh, I can never eat blah, 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 blah again. But that's not true. Not only is it about portion size, of course, and figure out how much carbs you're eating, it's actually about how you assemble the food together. So when it hits your stomach, when it hits your intestines, how is it being digested? So yeah, never thought I could eat biscuits and gravy again, but apparently so. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not eating every day because I don't make biscuits and gravy. Not just because I don't live in a car, but because I didn't make it when I lived in a house either. I have made biscuits, I have made white gravy, but making biscuits and gravy for breakfast every morning for one person is just not very realistic. It is something I get when I go out to a diner. Some of the time when I go out to a diner. I am thinking that I'm going to switch back to cooking more of my meals, because lately, in the last month or so since I've been in town, I've been only cooking meals when I go camping or something. But when I'm in town, I go out to eat for almost every meal. Not every meal, but almost. But now that I have my new cooler that keeps ice, that kept ice for over 5 days, that it's more realistic for me to be cooking food from the perspective of I can, have food in the cooler. Not just cooking food, but assembling food, having lunch meat or things like that. So the other thing that I need to do, though, to be able to cook food reliably is I need to get my electric cooker out, which is somewhere in my storage. I can't find it because I need to actually pull stuff out. I need to rearrange my storage and everything, which is my next kind of big project to do. But I'm not working on it today because today is my birthday and I'm taking the day off from things like that. But yeah, I'm really happy about my blood sugar. So for lunch, I am planning to go to the sushi place, which is also I'm going to get their lunch box thing. And one of the things it comes with is a big, huge amount of rice. I don't plan to eat a lot of that rice because I'm going to have sushi with it, which will have rice. There's a California roll. Technically not overnight, just not from 3 to 5. Oh my goodness, that sushi place. I like it so much. The food is all good. I love getting that lunch thing where it has all the different stuff. I'm at the grocery store and People here have crazy energy. Wow. So I decided I wanted some kind of cake, and I'm going to go to the grocery store. They have single serving cake things, which I got. I got chocolate cheesecake. I'm actually going to sit here in a parking garage and eat it, which is not necessarily my ideal choice. But here's what happened. Grocery store, this is the Monday before Thanksgiving. The grocery store is just full of people. Not only is it full of people, it's full of people who are all stressed out about their Thanksgiving. Oh my gosh, the energy is crazy pants. It is like 3:50 in the afternoon. Yeah, it's only going to get worse from here, you know? I remember one time I had to go to the grocery store area, not to the grocery store, but I had to go to CVS to pick up a prescription for my son on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. And there was literally nowhere to park. I had to park 2 blocks away in a random parking lot of a school, and which wasn't open, and walk the blocks over to go to the grocery store because literally every single spot was taken and there was cars patrolling around. They became like aggressive. And I'm like, so over the top. I was thinking of going grocery shopping tomorrow to like buy stuff to stick in my cooler to have over. But I'm just like, I don't think I'm going to do that. If I go grocery shopping, it may be best to do it on Thanksgiving itself, because weirdly, I find that on Thanksgiving itself, people are going in just to get 1 or 2 things, where like now they're doing the whole big thing. I mean, it was just multiple lanes of the self-checkout are down. The computer's down and just says Toshiba on it, you know. I mean, people are just, oh my goodness, over the top. And a lot of the people who are buying groceries don't seem to know how to buy groceries very well. I don't know. All right, so I'm going to sit here, eat my chocolate cheesecake in a parking garage, and watch a show and just chill out because I don't want to deal with these people. Yeah, so I had a lovely birthday, very relaxing. I read an entire book and I am 35% in the next book, and went out to eat for every meal and just really had a very chill day. It was nice. It was nice. It was good to take the day off, like actually 100%. So here's the thing about eating out is if I have to cook, it's not really taking the day off. You know what I mean? Obviously I could always just like eat a sandwich or something, but yeah, like going out to eat actually at restaurants where you sit down and someone brings you the food, not for dinner. For dinner, I did go out to eat, but I went to a place where you pick up the food, you know. But yeah, like just very, very good. And I think that's the big secret of your birthday being alone is you have to kind of think about what stuff have you not been doing and what was a way for you to just have a different day that is low-key nice. And what that is different for each person, you know, and also it's different for one person in different years. You know, I've had years where I climbed a mountain and years where I'm just reading a book. It also depends on what you're doing in your life. I mean, many things. It also depends on what you can do. Like there have been years where I had to work on my birthday because I was working and, you know, or I was taking care of a baby or, you know, but this is the first time in many years where I wasn't taking care of anybody. So I really could have this day just be on my own, do my own thing. So the next part about this is going to be about Thursday, which is Thanksgiving. So today is Monday. Thursday's Thanksgiving. I will also probably be alone, but I'm not 100% sure. I'll definitely be alone for a chunk of it. And my current plan, as of right now, is that I will be going out to a diner for lunch, hopefully to get some kind of Thanksgiving meal kind of thing. And that I will go to a movie, and that'll be kind of how I spend the afternoon. And then after that, I'm going to a hotel. I'm staying at a Holiday Inn Express, which was not expensive at all. It's weird. And that's mostly because nothing will be open in the evening. And so it'll be too hard for me to find a place to go to the bathroom or anything like that. And this way I can have somewhere to go. Also, I'm planning to cut my hair while there. I have to remember, I need to write this down, that when I'm at the 5x10 next, I need to get my hair cutting scissors. But yeah, I'm planning to cut my hair. I cut my own hair and I haven't been able to do it since before I moved into a vehicle, because I really need to be like at a hotel or something where I have really good lighting and a mirror and I'm not in public place and I can wash my hair and then cut it myself. And what I'll do is I'll cut it and put in long layers, and that'll be good because it really, really needs to be cut. It's kind of making me crazy. It's a little bit too long. My hair is so thick. And so, yeah, I'll think about if there's anything else I need to do while I'm in a hotel, but that's the big things. I do plan to have another hotel stay in December around Christmas time, partly for the same reason, because as things are closed, including Planet Fitness, but also I'm thinking I may use that time to record video for my other channel. I haven't decided yet, but for sure, Thursday on Thanksgiving, I will be staying in a hotel. Haven't decided what I'm going to do about breakfast, since most places will probably be closed. But I mean, I can always eat bars, something like that's really no big deal. If nothing's really open. Also, grocery stores are open, so I can always go into a grocery store and get something. Now, will grocery stores be insanely busy on Thanksgiving? I actually don't know about Thanksgiving Day. The day before, I would expect them to be super busy. I'm not quite sure about Thanksgiving morning and early afternoon if they'll be super busy. Grocery stores do close sometime in the afternoon on Thanksgiving. I'm not sure if they close at 2 o'clock or 6 p.m. or what it is, because it's actually a weirdly difficult thing to figure out. And no matter what, I have so much food in my car. It's no problem. All right, I am going to finish doing a little bit more reading and then just get ready for bed and hopefully get a good night's sleep tonight. Hopefully it won't be too loud or anything by where I usually sleep. So, the lovely birthday. Thanks for watching for this part and stay tuned for Thanksgiving. Hey y'all, so it is the night before, or the late afternoon before Thanksgiving. And I'm going to be alone on Thanksgiving. It technically is a choice because I did have invitation, but I'm not really a go to someone's house who I barely know just because I happen to know one person and it's going to be a gazillion people kind of Thanksgiving person. That sounds very stressful and not my thing. I also had a lot of stuff to do, and it would have involved a lot of travel that was not travel that I want to do right now. So I am by myself at Thanksgiving, which I'm not like super upset about. I'm not like, I do enjoy cooking Thanksgiving. Some of the food I like, but I can either just have that food some other time, cooking some other time, or, yeah, I mean, that's not that big of a deal to me. So I do though have to deal with the fact that it's Thanksgiving, which means a couple of things. One is that Planet Fitness is closed starting like midday through that whole night until 6 a.m. And second, most things are closed. So the movie theaters are open, and I might come here and go to a movie in this lot. There's a movie theater that has matinees for $6.50 until 6 p.m., which is an amazing price for a movie, a regular movie here in California. And I might go to a grocery store and get something, but the thing is, I actually prepared by today going grocery shopping. I got ice in my cooler. I realized that Safeway, there's a main grocery store around here, sells 16-pound bags of ice, which is the perfect exact amount for my 24 cooler, because that's 2/3. And then I have 1/3 of food. And I got a salad, I got eggs, I got some veggies. So tomorrow I can make eggs for breakfast, and I have bread, so I can have toast. I can have stir fry for lunch with some of those veggies and some rice, and I'll probably also have eggs. I'll probably make like more of a fried rice kind of a situation. Or if I don't want more eggs, then I can just have nuts with it. And we'll see what I feel like. And then I have that prepared so I can have for dinner. Tomorrow night, I'm spending the night at a hotel. And the reason is because so many things are closed, it would be hard to find a place to go to the bathroom in the evening as my kind of last bathroom before bed. I can't go to most of the places that I normally do when I'm in the city. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to get a hotel room and not worry about it. I was actually able to get a Holiday Inn Express for like $104, which is an amazing price around here. And I'll get breakfast the next day as part of that. So that's part of the plan. I'd rather not stay in a hotel. I am not super loving hotels. I'd rather be at a campground, but this is what I was able to set up because I didn't know what was going to be happening tomorrow. So that's what did happen. I did make reservations, by the way, for Christmas for a hotel, but I'm going to cancel that. And I actually may go do that as soon as I get off filming. I get off the phone. No, as soon as I get done filming this video, because I would rather stay at a campground, and actually I may be just heading out of town. So because I'm going to be on this like 2 to 3 week trip. I'm planning 3 weeks. So, and that'll be like the beginning of it. I'll see my son and then leave. That part, by the way, that trip, some of it's going to be with my significant other, and we haven't traveled together in a fairly long time. So, which will be interesting and exciting and different for me. Anyway, tomorrow is Thanksgiving. Since I'm going to be alone, I've created a kind of a plan of things I'm going to do. And to be honest, it's very similar to what I did on my birthday, except for I'm not going to be going out to restaurants. I'm just going to be making my own food, and I'm just going to be reading. I've found an author that I like, so I will be reading books on my Kindle. I may also do some work for my geology class if I'm in the mood to do that. I may take my midterm for my anthropology class. I have a 2-hour long midterm that I would only take in the hotel. I need to be somewhere where I have really good light and good internet. Hotel, maybe. I wouldn't use the hotel's internet. But I'm thinking I'll probably wait and do it a few days later when the library is open. I won't do it in the library. I'll still do it in the parking lot. But I want to have really good light and really good internet. Both a primary internet, which would be the library, and then a secondary internet, which is my phone. So, because you only have 2 hours. That's the plan for tomorrow. Reading my book. If I don't want to read anymore, I'll go see a movie, and then that's the day. And then go check into a hotel and eat my salad. I think it's really important to have a plan for when you're alone on a holiday of things that you are going to enjoy doing. And I've in the past on Thanksgiving when I've been alone, because I'm divorced, so I've had times where I didn't go out of town, but my son was with their dad, so I was by myself, things like that. And yeah, typically I would just cook food that I want to eat. A lot of times I would make just all the side dishes for Thanksgiving or many of the side dishes for Thanksgiving, at least the ones that I like, and make them how I like them. You know what I mean? And then just, binge a show or a set of movies or whatever and just relax and do whatever I want, or play a video game. And that's the thing too. I can play Civilization. I could play SimCity or The Sims. I could just do what I want with the day. And that is the idea. All right, I'm going to cancel my hotel reservation for Christmas, and then I'm going to head off to my storage unit, because that's another thing I need to do is I need to get some stuff from my storage unit. I need to refill my meds and all this kind of stuff. Also, another thing I'm going to be doing in the hotel room is I'm going to cut my hair. So I always cut my own hair. I put on my own layers, but I need a mirror and a counter, and you know what I mean? And so I was like, I'm going to do this when I'm in my hotel. Good morning, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving, even though you're actually seeing this in the future and it's probably closer to other holidays by now. So as I said before, that's too bright. As I said before, I'm spending Thanksgiving by myself, which is totally fine. And it's nice to have this day where there's no traffic. There's traffic on highways, I'm sure, going to places, but there's not traffic in town. Very quiet, very low key. Went to Planet Fitness, worked out. Now I am in the car. It's only 7:50 a.m. I kind of actually woke up too early. I had this bad dream. So here's what my bad dream was. It's hilarious to me that this is my bad dream. I had all this stuff and I was trying to catch a bus, and the bus was almost here and I needed to get on the bus. But I didn't have a bag. I just had all this loose stuff, and I was trying to gather all the stuff and I couldn't carry it all. This is my nightmare. Not someone attacking me or whatever. No, it's that I have too many things that I don't have a bag and I'm going to miss the bus. So I couldn't go back to sleep after that. and so I just, got up and I needed to go to the bathroom. So, came to Planet Fitness, went to the bathroom, worked out, took a shower, got cleaned up. But the thing is, it's not 8 a.m. yet. And so I can't go to the park. The park isn't open until 8. It takes 5 or 10 minutes to drive. No, probably 10 or 15 minutes to drive over there. And so I'm going to leave soon. But I ended up, I have stuff in my cooler to cook, but I'm not cooking in this parking lot. Those birds over there, having a little festival. I'm not going to cook in this parking lot. I don't have my electric cooker. It's somewhere deep inside my 5x10 and I haven't found it yet. So I just had my good old standby for breakfast of bars and meat stick and drinking iced tea. Actually, I'm going to have 2 iced teas because I want 2 iced teas, and really just chilling out and waiting. And then after I finish recording this video, I'm going to head over to the park. And really, I'm going to spend most of the day at the park because very few things are open on Thanksgiving. And then I have a hotel room tonight. In the future, I'm going to get a camping site for Thanksgiving, but I hadn't planned that ahead. And so I had a hotel. So the hotel check-in is 3 p.m. They probably would be ready earlier than that, but that's fine. So I'm planning to just stay at the park until mid-afternoon, and then I'll go over there. I actually want to get there before it's dark. One of the big things that I'm going to work on with going to the hotel is kind of having a better system for checking into a hotel. These birds are just wacky wild here. Checking into a hotel because I have my stuff. I don't have a bag that has all my stuff in it. I have things in the car, you know? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my bag that I use for Planet Fitness because that has all my toiletries in it already, right? And then I'll take out my kind of exercise stuff and then put in my, clothes to wear, my pajamas, and then all the little things I need from inside the car. And then I'll take my bag that has my laptop and everything in it, and I'll probably put a couple other things in there, but then those 2 bags I think will be all I need. I just have to decide what I'm going to wear tomorrow, which is fine because I normally do that. So yeah, I'm planning to read my book. I'm about halfway through this book, and I'm probably going to play some video games. I mean, just very, very low key. If I get bored at some point, I could go see a movie. I'm actually thinking I don't want to do that. I'm just not particularly inspired to do that, but it is there as, that would take 3 hours and it'd be a place to go to the bathroom and all that kind of stuff. But what I'm planning right now is to stay at the park until mid-afternoon and then head over to the hotel. At the hotel, I'm going to have my salad that's in my cooler. So that's what I'm going to eat for dinner. I actually like to eat a light dinner anyway, so I think that will work out very well. When I'm at the park, I can cook, of course. I was going to cook breakfast. If I had woken up later and been at the park at 8 a.m. and I would have just gone ahead and ate breakfast, but I was hungry when I woke up this morning. And so all I could do was wait till I got to the car, and I needed to eat right away. Okay. Hey y'all. So I had a phone conversation with my significant other and a phone conversation with my son. So I've chatted with people in my life today. It is 10:21 a.m. I'm not super hungry yet because I had some chips, but in a little bit I will cook. Yeah, that's a fair number of people at the park, but it's like families going on a walk. It's not really that many cars here. It's more people who probably live locally who are on a walk throughout the park with their, entire extended family and their dogs and everything like that. It is nice just chilling out, but I will be cooking in a little bit. Thanksgiving is funny because there's so few people. There's hardly any traffic so far. I think there will be traffic later in the day, but sometimes I'm recording a video and I look over and I'm like, when did I stop recording? Anyway, I'm not hungry right now. I was like, should I make food? Nope, not hungry yet. So I am going to read my book, might play one of my games, just kind of chill out. I was going to get into the back and actually move stuff over and then lounge, but I don't want to do that before I eat. So I think that'll be something I do, if I do it at all, after I eat. But of course, when I'm in my hotel room, I'll probably be lounging on my bed. Okay, so one thing I did differently now that I'm going to stay in a hotel is actually packed bags. So I have this bag, which is usually used for the gym. I took out the gym stuff and all my toiletries are already in here, packed that up with my clothes and the stuff I need to go to bed, my Safely device, my CPAP, all that stuff. Then this bag is my normal laptop bag, and I put all kind of, notebooks and organizer and all that kind of stuff in there. I have a grocery bag that actually has food in it. Dinner. I'm actually, though, going to have to bring my battery with me because I can't find my AC plug for my CPAP. I own it. Maybe it's in my storage. I don't know, but I can't find it in here. in anywhere I think it would normally be. So I think it must be in my storage. So that's something that actually needs to be in the car all the time, which I just learned. So this is all packed up. I'm hoping I can just bring this stuff in with me, and then I don't have to like go multiple trips back to the car. Just one trip and I'm up and I'm in for the night. We'll see. We'll see. But that's the idea. Definitely not gonna have to make 3 or 4 trips, you know. So since I'm staying in Holiday Inn Express, you actually have to walk in and, you know, go up. So it's not like your door opens out to where your car is, right? Like a motel is. There's pluses and minuses, obviously. I'd rather be camping, but here we are. So at Holiday Inn Express, I did check in till after check-in time. It was 3 p.m. on the dot. They're still cleaning rooms. And they sent me to a room that was still being cleaned. And the guy doesn't really speak English. And so I was trying to figure out, are you almost done? And I should just wait. He's like, no, not ready. Like, okay. So I had to go downstairs and get a different room. Anyway, it's nice, right? I love the chaise lounge. And I'm going to sit in it. Actually, I'm going to go sit in it right now. Let's sit in it with a little side table next to it. Let's see. Okay. Yes. I enjoy this. I like the chaise lounge. I've always wanted a chaise lounge, but the fact that I pronounce it that way, obviously that's true. It is the perfect couch for one person to lounge on. Someday, if I build a tiny house, I am building it for me. One person. And I would love to have something like this. Now, what I could actually do is make it a little bit wider and I could sleep on it, but have a back and one side like this. So you can lounge on it too. That's what I'm thinking I'd actually do. I wouldn't have like a full on bed because like whatever, I sleep in 24 inches wide as it is. I don't need anything that much wider. I need something a little bit wider just because there is a side on here and this blocks your arm from moving around, but it is nice for lounging. The fact that I had to bring up my battery was so ridiculous and made it harder because I had to go up, down, up, down. The elevator is slow. However, they do a microwave in here, which I'm not planning to use, but they do have it. And they have a fridge, which doesn't seem to be on, but I just think I tried to turn it on. I don't actually need it because my salad could just be at room temperature until I eat it. I mean, I'm going to probably be eating the salad in like hour and a half, so it'll still be fine. It just came out of the ice. And then everything else I have is shelf-stable snacks. But I could microwave something. They have like a little tiny mini shop downstairs. So if I was extra hungry or something, I could go down there and get like a frozen meal and come up here and microwave it. I will say, in the scheme of hotels, yeah, this is nice. It's got pictures on the wall that are not weird. There's nothing weird about it. 2 thumbs up, except this is just 1 thumb. My other one's holding the phone. So as I said, it's a little after 3 p.m. I'm planning on just, relaxing like I am right this second. I will unpack a little bit and put some stuff away to make sure that I have everything so I don't have to head out again. All right, and now I'm going to check how my internet's doing, see how fast my phone is, and that will decide what I end up doing today. So it is nice to be sitting at a desk. Like, I have my laptop, which is right behind you. I have my bag over here. I have all my little notebooks and things here. Stuff is plugged in. I weirdly don't have a USB-C to USB-C in my bag. I have many of them. But I had a USB-C to USB-A, which is fine because the little things in the room have USB-A. So anyway, so overall, yeah, it is nice to be sitting at a desk. And I can turn on this light. Very bright. So because this is violent because it's actually, my head is below where the light is. So it's like, I actually didn't have a desk lamp. I haven't had a desk lamp in a really long time because they can set off like migraines for me because there's a light right here, but it's okay for right this second. This room is weirdly lit. All the lights are on that wall and there's no lights on this wall. So it actually makes it weirdly dark on the side of the room. Now I have the blinds open all the way, but that's only going to be helpful for the next hour or so. And then it will be nighttime. So now I am getting out my organizer. I'm going to look at things could I do. Obviously I can just read my book. Obviously I can play my video games, but I kind of already did that today. I already did that today. So I'm not like desperately wanting to do that. So it did work very well to pack up my stuff, but I need to remember to bring the other plugs. Okay, so things that are on my to-do list. I'm just gonna, since I'm not doing a big
Thanksgiving kind of thing. It's not that I'm ignoring the day. It's that I'm just not really doing the things that people do on Thanksgiving, which is have a big, huge, giant meal with a whole bunch of other people. I particularly want to do that. I would have loved to have had a big meal with my son and my significant other together, like there's just the three of us. But both of them are more gregarious and they would rather be with big, huge groups of people. Like that's, my son hasn't had that, especially for, since COVID. And so I think they're really looking forward to being with a bunch of people as like an authentic Thanksgiving experience, as opposed to just literally the two of us, right? There was a lot of the two of us that happened over COVID, a lot of holidays where it was really just the two of us. And it was not standard. And I think they're happy to spend it with a big giant family of people that they're spending with at a friend's house. And also their dad is going over there too. So it's like it's kind of a family friend. And then my significant other is going over cousin's house and is also a huge group of people. And I mean, I could have gone there, but like, I really like being around a whole big giant group of people for Thanksgiving was always stressful for me. I like it if it's just 2, 3, 4, 5 people like that. That's what I like. Those small groups. Less than, 6 and less kind of a thing. Once you get to a dozen or more, I mean, I'm just going to sit in the corner and be quiet, read my book, look at my phone. I can't deal. Especially now that I don't drink alcohol, because that would numb it, but I don't do it anymore. So I won't be going to bed till 9:30, 10 o'clock. So I have 6 hours in here. Obviously some of that time I am going to be eating and getting ready for bed and all that kind of stuff. But really, it's a huge amount of time to be in this space. So things that I have to do this week. I need to take my midterm for my anthropology class that is budgeted to be 2 hours. I need to review before I do that. So I need to do that sometime this week. I also need to do 2 more modules in my geology class. One of them includes a discussion and reply, which I haven't even looked at yet. And I very much enjoy doing geology, but it takes time to go through all that stuff. I need to plan a trip that I'm taking with my significant other that we're taking in about a month from now. And we need to, since they have an actual RV, they have a trailer attached to a pickup truck when they attach it together that can be attached to a pickup truck. We'd be seeing campgrounds most of the time. Not that they can't do dispersed camping, not that they can't just die at a rest stop, but the idea is that we will go somewhere and be there for 2-3 nights and then go somewhere else, be there for 2-3 nights. I'm not 100% sure when they're planning to come back to California. I'm planning to stay out much longer than them though. But the first part, and on my part of the trip, I may have a plan, but I'm not going to have reservations for all of it. Partly because of weather issues, because there's a bunch of places I want to go that may or may not work. Because there's snow that I can drive in. I have cables, but I can't drive in all. I need to edit and upload and my next podcast, which I have recorded, but I haven't done anything with it yet. And it is on here. That's another thing I could do. And then I have a lot of law firm stuff too, but I'm definitely not working on law firm stuff today. Like that's definitely a day off for that. So I've been working on not just my legal work and emails and whatever. I've been working on strategic projects for my law firm business. And that's like my main project that I've been working on for the last couple of weeks and still is. I might finish all those strategic projects this week, but I'm not working on that today. So overall, a cute room. Big bed. We have a little ottoman down here. We have the chaise lounge, desk, very normal things. Your closet in here, all that. So this microwave, the fridge is not plugged in. Also, this is not my key. Whose key is it? It's a mystery. The bathroom. Nice. You can see I have my bag here with my toiletries. It does not have a tub. It's just a shower, which is obviously fine for me, but this wouldn't be that cool if you had really, really little kids or were planning to take a bath. I do like how instead of bar soap, they have the hand soap and, body lotion, all that kind of stuff. I think it's much better, so. So I didn't last very long at the desk. Yeah, I mean, while the idea of a desk I like, but being kind of all smashed up against the wall, and I actually don't like that chair. Much better to be in the chaise lounge. to do my work. And then it has a little table right here. So yeah, it's nice. And I'm now getting a little bit hungry. So I think I'm going to eat some food, chill out for a bit, and I'll probably come back to this. One nice thing is it's hard to do this kind of stuff when it's dark in the car. Obviously I can go into the library when the library is open until 7 p.m. I hardly ever do because I get so distracted in there, but theoretically I could. I can go to Panera or some other sit down place and work on stuff inside there too. But a lot of times I sit in my car but it's reading a book, like an actual print book, and doesn't work when it's super dark outside. I'm not going to light up my car when I'm in the parking lot because then someone could see, like people, I mean, it would be just weird. So it is nice to be somewhere where I have a lamp. And so even when the sun goes down, I'll be able to do schoolwork or read a book or whatever. So as I said, the secret to being alone on a holiday is not checking social media to see what everybody else is doing. So on a birthday, it's not as big a deal because everyone doesn't have the same birthday, unless maybe you have a twin or something like that. But anyway, the holiday thing is if you go on your social media where you're connected with a bunch of people that you know, and then you see that they're all together and you're not there, that for a lot of people will be upsetting. So I am not going on Instagram. I don't have Facebook anymore. And I've gone on YouTube, you know what I mean? And I've gone on, like, looked at the news or whatever, that kind of stuff. But Instagram for me is a big thing because I'm connected with so many kind of people I know and family members and stuff like that. If I see these pictures, I'm going to get this like, oh, I should be doing that, even though I don't actually want to do that, but like it's still there. And so I highly recommend that if you are alone on a holiday, especially a holiday that your family, friends, or whatever celebrate, do not go on social media because it will be this like you're missing out, even if you don't even want to be there or don't even want to do that. I don't be wrong. There's some of my members I would love to see, but like I said before, it'd be more like if I was with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other people, not a huge big gathering. Yeah, I had to like stop myself multiple times from going on Instagram. Just in a like, oh, I'm sitting here, nothing to do, you know, that it's like you accidentally go on it. And so you have to really catch yourself, really be careful so you don't spoil your nice little day. So I was trying to think about, is it better to be over here or over here? So on one hand, this is kind of a boring wall, but this, okay, I like this wall. I like the texture on it, but I don't know if it's the best background for me. I don't know if I look very good with lime green yellow. I'm thinking no. Again, this is Elizabeth Off Grid. You know, my big tips for being alone on your birthday, being alone on a holiday are have a plan, stay off social media. And if you can make the day special for yourself, it really can make it be just a nice, lovely day. So if you want to say hi, share your strategies for whenever you're alone on a holiday or on your birthday, post that in the comments below or just, you know, say hi. Like, subscribe, all the things. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.